everyone, it's Tamara from Soft Glam with Tam. Welcome back to my channel. Thank you so much for joining today. I just wanted to talk a little bit about my beauty story and how I became a makeup artist. So I did touch on the first video when I introduced myself that I became a makeup artist over 20 years ago. And I did mention that I got let go from a financial job, and I just wanted to give a little bit more information about that. So I was working as a paid placement at Manulife Financial, and I was working in outbound call center and helping people with life insurance policy questions, which I had no idea what I was doing. But I got the job, like I said, because I gave everyone a firm handshake in the panel interview, won everyone over, and I just got to work, but I really didn't feel confident. I'd show up with a huge coffee mug like everybody else, and I really did not know what I was doing. I can't even believe I lasted the few months I think I did last. But anyways, when September 11th happened, the tragedy 9/11, I was working at Manulife Financial, and because I was one of the newest people on the team, I was let go. And when I was let go, the new manager at the time did say to me, she gave me some great feedback. She said, you're an amazing people person, but this is not for you. And I was really devastated at the time because I had never been let go from a position, and I did try my best. I just wasn't suited for the job. So it actually, they always say that cliche, when one door closes, another opens. And I just feel like that's such an amazing lesson in life, because I was really young. I was in my early 20s, and I didn't know what I was going to do, but it was actually my husband at the time, or he was my boyfriend at the time, but now husband, said to me, why don't you become a makeup artist or go to makeup school? You do your makeup every day. You absolutely love everything about the beauty industry. Every book you read is about the beauty industry. And they do say follow your passions. And I feel like I had never considered doing makeup professionally, but I'm so glad that I followed my dreams. And I was so thankful and grateful that I could go to a private makeup school. And just quickly before we get to that, so yeah, I really didn't know what I wanted to do, but when my husband did recommend I go to makeup school, when I did, so the way I found my makeup school is kind of a fun story. So I applied for a position, I feel like it was at a mall, it was a makeup counter for Makeup Forever, and I needed to bring a model with me. I had never in my life worked at a makeup counter. I had only at this point ever done my own makeup, my sister's makeup, probably my sister's makeup at the time, but my middle sister already was amazing at doing her makeup. But I always just did my own makeup. So when I did go to the interview, I brought my youngest sister, and she skipped school for the day, which wasn't obviously a great thing, but she was, my biggest fan. So my youngest sister at the time was my model, and I brought her there and I did her makeup at the counter. I was being watched. That was part of the interview. And I didn't know where anything was at the counter. I just winged it completely. And I did a good job. I did her makeup, but I just grabbed whatever products and I did my best. I used my confidence. And the manager gave me the best advice. She just said, you don't have any professional experience. She goes, you do have skills, but she said, I highly recommend you go to makeup school, professional makeup school. And so, she was the reason I went to the makeup school I did. She recommended a friend of hers who had his own private makeup school in downtown Toronto. And so I went to that makeup school. And I'm really glad I went to makeup school, because I know that a lot of makeup artists today are self-taught, which is incredible. I think you could honestly become a makeup artist just watching YouTube tutorials and reels on Instagram. You'd get a lot of makeup tips and become an artist. I don't know if you'd be a professional artist based on that, because that comes with experience. But I just think that every makeup artist I've talked to that has gone to a professional makeup school, or even just did even a small course, mine wasn't a long course, but it did cover the basics and bridal, film, TV. I actually didn't do special effects because my passion was more beauty, makeup, fashion, but I really encourage anyone who wants to be a makeup artist. It is important to learn all facets of the makeup industry. So the more skills you have, the better, basically. But I just wanted to share a little bit about my makeup school journey. And the last thing before I do a quick touch up on my makeup that I'll share is that sometimes in life we think we know what something's going to be like and we have no idea. So when my first day of makeup school, I was super excited. Of course, I did my makeup good because, wanted to impress my makeup teachers. And it was the first time I went to school where I really felt like I was in the right place. I came in, I was so excited, and everyone there was obviously wanting to be a makeup artist. So I remember the instructor looked around, and one of the instructors, and she said, "Everyone looks great. You obviously all know how to do your own makeup." And but then when we had to have partners, and I had a model, and I had to do, one of the girls in the class was my model. I had to do her makeup, and it was the first time that I actually had done makeup on another person beside myself. I may have done touch-ups on my sisters, but really this was the first time I was, doing makeup on a stranger, on a person that wasn't myself. And it was a shock. Like when you actually do makeup on another person with completely different features than yours, and you're in their personal space. These were things that I'm so grateful I went to makeup school, because it was hands-on experience, and it just shows you that you may think you know something, but you have a lot to learn. And it really humbles you, and it makes you realize that there is so much for everyone in life to learn. And the good thing about loving what you do is that you'll be the best at it, because you're going to want to learn everything about it. If you're not interested in something, then you may learn it, but you may not love it, and you may not want to keep learning about it. So I definitely know that I chose the perfect industry for me. And yeah, I just wanted to share that. I feel like I learned about personal space, respecting clients' eye areas, and of course, so many different skills and techniques that have helped me today to get to where I am. And I'll talk more about my makeup journey as I do my makeup videos, because I think it's important to share. I don't find a lot of makeup artists in the industry always share their journeys and how they got to be where they are now, because nobody starts off, where they are now. Like, you have to start somewhere, and you're not going to be amazing on your first day of anything. And I've been really humbled. I've done makeup events where I've done back-to-back makeup, and I've had clients be extremely rude to my face, and you're in their personal space trying to make them look good, and it really toughens your skin, especially working in retail. But yeah, I've met amazing clients I still have today. And this is what I love about what I do, is that especially when I work at a Sephora, I run into so many makeup artists I've known throughout the years, and it's a community. So I just say, follow your passions. And if you ever want to send me comments or questions about if you want to become a makeup artist, or just if you want to be in the beauty industry, I'll share what I know. But yeah, it's a small community in Toronto especially. So definitely treat people the way you want to be treated, because you never know who's going to end up being your boss or who you're going to have to work with. And I just say, have a great attitude, because nobody cares what's happening in your personal life when you come to work. I mean, obviously, if you're having a horrible time, people will definitely show you compassion, hopefully. But just in general, having a good attitude is the only way you're going to get through your day, because it's not easy, especially when you're dealing with people. But on a good note, I just think that the nice thing about what I do too is that I'm inspired every day. I think that makeup is just a fun way to express yourself and your personality. So today I'm going to get into just a very quick lesson or makeup tutorial on how to quickly look like you're headed to a red carpet when you may just be at home and you're not going anywhere. But I just think that it's nice to have just a couple of products that just to learn how to look a little bit more glamorous, if that's your goal. I also wanted to say that with the Victoria's Secret fashion show that just happened, as a makeup artist, I was just so blown away. Obviously, the makeup always just looks so radiant and so glamorous and current and cool. And I had seen that Pat McGrath's team did a lot of the makeup. I think they did the makeup this year for the Victoria's Secret fashion show at Backstage. And I love Backstage beauty. I just think it's so cool, especially back in the day in the 90s when you saw the fashion shows. That's where the action was. And I just wanted to show you a few products that inspired me to get that look. So, and I also just wanted to mention that I know a trend right now is red blush, because Rosemary Swift, I think I'm saying her name right, she is a founder of a clean brand called RMS. And I find she's amazing, pioneer in this industry, but she created some beautiful looks for this Victoria's Secret fashion show back in the day, and she used red blush, and I thought that was really cool. I actually don't think I have a red blush on me right now, but I'm going to use something that will give you that illusion, and I will find a red blush one day and use that as well in my kit. But right now, I'm just going to show you a quick way to just get that glow on, get that sparkle and that glamour on. So I'm just going to start with, I have my base on, I have skincare, I have my base because I am going to work, but I just wanted to show you a couple of options that you can do to get that glam makeup going. So I'm going to start with a product that I just think is so important if you want to look a bit more glam and to get that little bit of high fashion look. So this is a cream blush. This is from Charlotte Tilbury. This one is called Peachy Glow, and it is an Unreal Blush Healthy Glow Stick. So how can you go wrong with the adjectives on that? But this is like a beautiful coral, and I think that will give me a little bit of color, which I need right now. So I'm just going to use my fingertip, and I'm just going to apply this on the cheek. Oh, I didn't actually even bring brushes, so this will be a finger application makeup today. So I'm just going to use my fingertip to blend that out. And if that is not blending right, I can use a closer mirror. So this just gives you a beautiful radiant look to your cheeks. These blushes are quite pigmented. So yeah, I would definitely have a brush handy, but if you don't, then just keep blending. That's the most important thing. Okay, so how does that look? So I have a glow back to my skin, and then I'm going to use a really pretty palette, which I've talked about before. This is a Pat McGrath palette. So I bought this last year for the holidays, and I'm sure a new one is, she has a new one for the season, for the holiday this year. But this was last year's, and so cute. So basically, I'm going to use a really pretty kind of, you know what, I think I'm going to do a bit of a burgundy tone. And I'm just going to use that on my lid. These are all sparkle. So what I like about sparkle eyeshadows is that you can use your fingertips. So you just want to pat that on. And it just gives the eyes a bit of glam and a little bit of a dressier appearance. So you're just going to pat that on. And yeah, I'm not using a brush, so I'm blending out. It's nice to use sparkles when you already have something as a base. So I had a cream eyeshadow from Laura Mercier earlier called Wild Rose, a stick cream shadow, and I've popped this on top. And then I'm gonna take a little bit of this gorgeous lighter lavender silver tone, and I'm gonna pat that a little bit more just in the inner corner. Sorry if my mirror isn't positioned properly today, but hopefully you can see how this just gives a cute little glam sparkle to your eyes. So this is a little more sparkly. And then sometimes when you use sparkle, it's nice to touch up your mascara and your eyeliner just so that your eyes are, again, the lash line is defined. So I'm going to take yeah, how did I forget my brushes? But you know what? This is just reality. Sometimes you don't have your brushes. So this shows you how you can just do sparkles and go, sparkle and go, basically. So I'm going to take, I think I'll take a little bit more of this, actually. I don't know if you can see all these colors. I'm going to take this beautiful kind of plummy sparkle tone just in the crease, or kind of in the outer corner. So this is definitely more of a sparkled look. Now, anyone can wear sparkle, but if you're concerned about lines around the eyes, then you could just use a matte base first and just use the tiniest bit of sparkle, or if you feel more comfortable, use shimmer, because shimmer won't be as emphasized as sparkle, but sparkle is just really pretty. The holiday season is around the corner. I know we haven't hit Halloween yet, but you know that as soon as Halloween's finished, everyone's going to have Christmas parties or holiday parties or all kinds of events happening. So it's just nice to have some options for those events. So a sparkle is just really easy to apply. And then I definitely need more eyeliner now because I've added sparkle. So I'm just going to, sorry, bring my mirror a bit closer and try to just get this as close to the lashes as possible. And I'm going to use a cotton swab Q-tip and just blend that out to soften the liner a bit. And I'm going to actually add a little bit more mascara. But I just think that sometimes it's fun to have sparkle that, you know, can just elevate your eyes and bring out your eyes for a special occasion. So I'm going to use a mascara just to define, oops, the lashes a little bit better. So wiggle and fan at the root. So this is just going to, yeah, give your eyes a little bit of a glam. I also like things that when you already have your makeup on, a couple products just to make it a bit dressier. So now I'm going to apply, so I noticed at the backstage for the Victoria's Secret fashion show, they were just adding a really gorgeous sparkly lip gloss. So I believe the color they were using on all the Victoria's Secret models was Earth Angel, a beautiful gloss from McGrath. I don't have that color, but that's definitely on my list. But I have a color that will give a little bit of that shine that I noticed that was really pretty. So I'm just going to add a little bit of lip liner. And I'll just fill in my lips a little bit with it. This is a Chanel lip liner, and it's called Nude Brun. I'm not saying it right. Nude Brun, Nude Brown in French. And it's number 062, I believe. But this is a really nice long-wearing matte lip pencil. And I also love the lifter glosses from Maybelline. This one is in the shade Ice. And it's I think, Opal, sorry, where did I get Ice from? It's kind of an icy shade, but this is called Opal. And this is a lifter lip gloss. I'm gonna add this on top because they all had this stunning shine. And I just think this is so cute for a special occasion. So it gives that lovely shine. And these glosses are so nice. They're not sticky. So this one's definitely more of an icier, I call it icy because I think with my warmer skin tone, this does show up a little bit cooler, cooler in terms of shade. I normally tend to wear warm pink peach shades, but it's nice to have a nice gloss that's universal so it goes over any lipstick. It's sort of a light rosy, not silver color, but it has more of a neutral opal. Opal is the name of this, that makes sense. So it's sort of an opal shade. So yeah, this is just the finished look of a red carpet. You know, you don't have to be a celebrity to feel amazing and to look like just a little bit more dressy and glamorous, especially if you have a fun holiday party coming up and you just want to look a little bit more glamorous. So just to recap, I used sparkle on my eyes. I used the Pat McGrath shimmer eyeshadows. I've used the Charlotte Tilbury glow stick. Now you can get these from many different brands. Marcel has, that's a Canadian brand, I believe. It's in Shoppers Drug Mart. Marcel has a beautiful color that's similar to this, but it's more shimmer. It's almost similar to a NARS blush that's very popular, but this one has a lot of pigment. So it was a little pricier, but I thought it was really nice because it actually shows up and it's long lasting. And the other thing was, yeah, a lovely sparkle gloss is gonna finish your look. Just the last thing I wanted to say was what I did use this morning was a little bit of the Lumi Glow Lotion. Lumi Glotion from L'Oreal. So I had seen another makeup artist recommend this as a primer, and this will be definitely a beautiful primer if you want your skin to look extra radiant. You can mix it with your foundation. You could wear it as a primer. I actually used it on top of my tinted moisturizer just to give a little bit of a glow. The other product is, this is a sample, but I love the Laura Mercier Illuminating Primer. I have a lot of bridal clients that have used that as their primer to prep their skin and to give it a gorgeous brightening glow, because sometimes primers, these primers from Laura Mercier don't have silicone in them. Sometimes those types of primers, your skin can pill a little bit, we call it. The foundation doesn't look smooth. So it's nice to have primers that have skincare treatments in them. So Illuminating Primer from Laura Mercier has ingredients that will help to brighten sunspots over time and also keep your makeup on for an extra, for the whole day basically, extra 12 hours or for the entire day. And that's a great product to have when you need that makeup to last. So I just want to thank everyone for joining today. This was a little bit of a different video because I was telling you a little bit about my story and my journey. And but I love to share, so I always think that you can never share too much if you just want to help people, inspire them. I also wanted to share a quick glamorous look if you just have a few products and you don't have a lot of time. And I'm so excited to do more videos, so thank you so much for watching. If you have any questions, please let me know in the comments. Let me know how you liked this look, and please like and subscribe if you're enjoying my videos. I have so much more content to share, and I hope everyone has a wonderful day. Thank you.